Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome you all. I had wanted to do this program really since yesterday, and I would like each and every one of those who first brought the charges to be here, but unfortunately they are not here. So I'm going to start with the so-called verse of the sword. You know, there is a so-called verse of the sword according to them in the Quran, and that verse is Quran chapter 9 verse 5, where they say that Islam is advocating killing the Christians, killing the mushrik, killing the polytheists, killing everybody. So they keep on quoting this verse, and I call that the fraud quotation. You know, they read that out of context, and it's so very important. I'm going to be doing the best that I can to clarify some of the misconceptions that have crept into the mainstream understanding of Quran chapter 9 verse 5, which they call the verse of the sword. You know, back then in Mecca, when Islam, started to come up, the polytheists of Arabs, the Arab polytheists and the pagans, they had bent on destroying Islam and destroying Islam completely. So eventually there was a pact, there was a treaty being made between, the Muslims and the pagans and the polytheists of Mecca. There was a treaty being made to them, and there should be no fight during the time of Al-Hudaybiyah. There should be no fight, there should be no killing, there should be time for peace. So Allah in His wisdom agreed with them also as revealed in the Quran. So that verse chapter 5 of Quran chapter 9, which they quote all the time to say Islam is bad, but you have to read that in the context, that is the before and the after text, which they don't do. They don't read the before and the after. So what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be reading the Quran chapter 4, and then the Quran chapter 5, which is the main theme, and then I'm going to read the Quran chapter 9 verse 6 to let you understand the whole scenario which they do quote. That is I call that a fraud quotation. So what happened is that the pact was being made, and they keep breaking the pact. When the Muslims were there, they would fight them, they would kill them, they would destroy them, and there was no verse from Allah in the Quran for the Muslim to fight back. So eventually, when it becomes so unbearable, people are being killed for no reason, and nobody is speaking for the very young Muslims at that time. So Allah in His wisdom, He revealed this verse. That is, except those of the polytheists with whom you have peace treaty and have not violated. I have not violated it, nor they did not join any other group to fight against you. You shall fulfill your terms with them until the end of the term. Surely Allah loves those who are righteous. So this verse is telling us that among the group of the polytheists, there are some who are very good. They have agreed with the terms with you and the Muslim. Agree with them, go along with them to the full term, which is many years, no fight, no nothing. That is Quran chapter 9 verse 4, the term. That is with them, which these people, they don't quote those Quran chapter 9 verse 4. They don't quote that. They only quote the place where Allah asked them to fight back. And that is what I'm going to be quoting right now. Now, to the polytheists, to the other group of the polytheists who are, who don't agree with the Quran, or they don't agree with the term, they don't agree with the pact that has been made. So Allah said, you may kill them in return when you encounter them, punish them and receive every move they make. But if they repent and observe the salat and give charity, you may let them go. For Allah loves those who are righteous. So clearly you can see, I've just read Quran chapter 9 verse 5. Before you fight them, you have to go through stages. I'm going to read Quran chapter 6 for you, which they don't want you to understand. They don't want you to listen. They don't want you to even know. That is the Quran chapter 9 verse 6. It reads also, and if any of the polytheists seek your protection, give them the protection so that they may hear the word of Allah. And in fact, escort them to where it is safe and secure. And if they honor and uphold the treaty, you also honor and uphold the treaty, because Allah loves those who are righteous. Okay, these parts, they don't want you to listen. They always quote Quran chapter 9 verse 5, but I've just quoted Quran chapter 9 verse 4, and then verse 5 and then verse 6 in the whole nutshell, in the context of which, you know, a game they are trying to play. So we know exactly what they're doing. I call that fraud quotation. They don't do it right. And definitely we have to raise our voice to clarify some of the misconceptions that they are saying that it is in the Quran. Haza billahi tawfiq. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.